Hello, students. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the virtual world of business studies. Good afternoon, dear students. A warm welcome to a new video on recruitment, which is another part of staffing. Let's move on to the next slide and talk in detail about recruitment. So, recruitment is defined as the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. Recruitment helps in creating a pool of prospective candidates. The job seekers and the job givers are both into contact with each other. It's a very positive process and it has both internal and external sources. Let's move on to the next slide where we are going to talk about merits and limitations of internal sources. Let us move into the merits. And here we talk about employee motivation. Now, how do you define employee motivation? Company policy of filling higher positions by promoting people within the organization motivates employees to improve their performance and also to upgrade their knowledge and skills to prepare themselves for higher positions. Now, let's move on to the next point, and here we are talking about employee loyalty. Promotion avenues keep the employee satisfied and loyal to the organization. It improves employees' commitment towards work. Let's move on to cost effectiveness. Filling positions within an organization reduces the cost of recruitment and selection. The employees who are transferred or promoted are already familiar with the organization. So there is no need for induction or orientation. Let's talk about reliability. Internal recruitment simplifies the process of selection and placement. The existing employees have already been through the basic selection process. Transfer and promotion do not require any screening or testing. It involves selection of only those people who possess the required capabilities and meet the necessary criteria. Now let us move on to some of the demerits. And the first one talks about lack of fresh talent. Now, how do you explain this? If an organization fills the position using human resources within the organization, it actually reduces the scope for induction of fresh talent. In addition, the organization has restricted choice and has to compromise with talent or capabilities of employees. The second one is simple. It encourages employee favoritism. Coming down to limited scope, now here it is not possible for a new business enterprise to use internal sources to fill in vacant positions. Even the existing organizations may not be able to fill in all positions using internal sources due to lack of capable people or insufficient staff. Let's come down to the fourth demerit, which talks about raises conflict. Now, how does that happen? Management promotes only the most capable staff to higher positions. And this may lead to conflict or dissatisfaction among employees who may be expecting promotions but may not get it. Let's move on to the next slide. And here we are going to talk in detail about external sources. Now let me give you a brief introduction about external sources. It is not possible for any organization to fill all the vacancies by transferring or promoting people working within the organization. Business expansions, people retiring or quitting the organization create new positions. An organization may be understaffed or may not have people with desirable profile to fill in these positions. Therefore, to fill the vacant positions, the business organizations may have to rely on external sources. The most commonly used external sources are as follows. Let's take up the first one, which is called as direct recruitment. Now, what is direct recruitment? It is a process where the personnel department puts the information about the situation vacant on the office notice board or factory office gate. The notice clearly specifies the date on which the job seekers may appear for interview. The candidate is selected out of the people assembled for the interview on the specified date. Now, when is this method suitable? This method is commonly used by factories to fill in the position of unskilled or semi-skilled or casual workers. Now, you may ask, sir, are there any advantages? Yes. Organizations may be able to appoint people at a short notice, and it is the cheapest method of filling vacancy as there is no need to advertise jobs. Students may ask, sir, are there any disadvantages of direct recruitment? And the answer is yes. This method cannot be used to fill in positions which require skilled or specialized people. Applicants may not possess necessary qualification or required skills. Also, it is time consuming as too many people appear for interview. Now let us get down to the second source, which is called as casual callers. Now you'll say, what are casual callers? Many companies maintain database of applicants received over a period of time. This database may be used to fill in the vacancies as and when they arise. Now, when is this casual caller a suitable source? This method can be used to fill in positions at lower level or to fill in leave vacancies only. Are there any advantages? Answer is yes. It is easy to find suitable people and it involves very little cost of recruitment. Now you may argue, sir, are there any disadvantages? Answer is yes. It is only suitable for lower level job positions and it may consume more time to find suitable candidates as the database may not be updated from time to time. Now let us move down to the third source, which is advertisement. If a company needs to have a wider choice to fill in senior or middle level positions, it may advertise in leading print media like newspapers, magazines, or trade and professional journals. This method is suitable to fill higher positions for which company may require to have a wider choice. Let's look into the advantages. Organizations may receive a wide range of candidates to choose from, and along with job specification, detailed information about the organization may be provided. Now students may ask, are there any disadvantages? Yes. It may create confusion due to many applications being received. Second drawback, it is time consuming as it requires careful scrutiny of applications received. Another drawback, it is an expensive method of recruitment. Now, let's move down to the fourth source, which is called as employment exchange. Now, students may be familiar that employment exchange is a government-run organization where business enterprises may notify the vacant position. It is mandatory for government agencies to notify the job positions with employment exchange, but private organizations may also notify positions vacant. Individuals also register themselves at employment exchange as potential and available candidates. The employment exchange matches the job profile with details of the registered candidates and sends the details of registered candidates with requisite qualification to the prospective employers. Thus, the employment exchange acts as a link between employers and potential employees. This method is more suitable to fill in positions with skilled or unskilled people at operating level. Now you may ask, sir, are there any advantages? And the answer is yes. It is one of the cheapest method of recruitment. It provides a good source of recruitment for unskilled and skilled operating jobs. Now, are there any disadvantages? Answer is yes. It is not suitable for filling higher level positions. The database with employment exchange may not be updated from time to time. Now let us move to the next external source, which is very famous, and this is called as campus recruitment. A business organization may liaise with universities, colleges, vocational or management institutions to recruit newly qualified students for technical, professional or managerial positions. Campus recruitment is a well-established practice followed by businesses to appoint fresh talent in the organization. Now, when is this source more suitable? Campus interviews are the most suitable method to appoint fresh talent in an organization. Let's look into the advantages. It is comparatively a cheaper method of recruitment. It helps in inducting fresh talent in the organization. It is easy to train employees and mold them as per the needs of the organization. The drawbacks: employees need to be trained to understand the job requirements, leading to increased cost. Another drawback: due to lack of work experience, employees may not be able to manage responsibilities efficiently. Let's take up the next external source, which is called as recommendation of employees. Here, companies may fill vacancies with people recommended or introduced by present employees, their friends or relatives. This method can be used to fill in positions at all the levels in the organization. The advantage is it saves time as it does not require any preliminary screening. Also, it is a cheaper method of recruitment as it does not require advertising. Let's move into the drawbacks. Companies may have to compromise with talent while selecting people on recommendation of existing employees. And there is a limited choice of candidates. Now, Let us move on to the next source, which is called as web publishing. Now, what is web publishing? Internet is one of the most used source of recruitment. There are various websites like Naukri.com, Monster.com, CareerBuilding.com, and these websites are specifically designed and dedicated to provide information about job seekers and job openings. This method of recruitment helps to fill in positions at all the levels. Let's look into the advantages. It is a source of large database of prospective employees. Next, it acts as link between job seekers and organization. Let's look into the disadvantages. It may be an expensive source of recruitment as organizations may have to put cost to visit the website. Also, it may not provide appropriate data for filling top level positions. The next drawback, the data provided may not be updated. Now, let us move on to the next one, which is called as placement agencies and management consultants. Placement companies are the private bodies or professional agencies which provide details of candidates with desirable profile to their clients to fill in the vacant position. Such agencies maintain database of large number of employees and recommend the suitable candidates to their clients. Now, it is suitable to fill in positions at top or middle level which require professionals with specific qualification and experience. Now you would say, what are the advantages? It saves time as these agencies screen the candidate and provide their clients the best profiles. They may bring in the efficient and successful managers working with competitors. Are there any drawbacks? Yes. It is an expensive method of recruiting professionals. Also, in order to earn money, consultants may just recommend people without properly checking their background. Now let's move on to the next slide. In this slide, we will talk about merits and demerits of external sources in general, and as we understand, in the merits part, external sources are fair and impartial. The whole process is transparent. We can acquire fresh talent in the organization. There is a wider scope. It helps in the growth of the organization. Now let us look at the demerits of external recruitment in general. It leads to employee turnover. External recruitment is a time-consuming process. It involves huge cost, and it may also lead to dissatisfaction in employees. The employees may feel insecure at the workplace because they feel that they can be replaced at any given point of time with a new employee. Thank you, dear students. I will catch you in the next video with the selection process.